All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Urban Gardener. And I'm so glad to see all of you here joining me with me today. If you haven't already, though, please hit that subscribe button down below. In fact, there's a bell notification right next to it. Hit that and be reminded of upcoming episodes as they come out here on The Urban Gardener as we continue growing this season. Today, though, today is a day that I've actually been thinking about for the last year or a couple of seasons in a way, but I'm gonna put an iCard up right now to our previous episode where we planted out our container potatoes. In that episode, I kind of talk about that a little bit, about how we've kind of dealt with some failures in our container potatoes in the gardens over the last previous seasons. But in that episode, we also show some of the differences and changes that we've made from how we grew our container potatoes over the last couple of seasons. So, hoping that is what is going to make the difference this year, and hopefully we'll have a decent harvest. But like any other root crop, you don't know what you're going to get until you get down into the soil and dig them out and find out. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing here today. Plus, we're going to dig out some carrots that we've got in our back patio area in one of our container beds that we have there. And I think we'll pull out a couple of our cabbages that we have growing in our side alleyway up over here too. So it'll be a nice day of harvesting some potatoes, carrots, and cabbages. Well, as you can tell there, our plants are pretty much done for. They're on their last leg. There's only just a little bit of green left on the plants, and that's a really good sign for you that your potatoes are just ready to be harvested. Now, it's no problem letting the plants get down like that, or even waiting even longer before harvesting your potatoes. They are a root crop, and they'll kind of hang out down there until you're ready to get them pulled out. Or, as I've found out in some of my other planting areas and stuff, some of the small little ones, as they get left behind, or if you've left your potatoes behind, they'll just start growing new plants again and start forming new potatoes. So we're going to cut these back. We're going to pull our containers in up underneath the shade there because it is a really hot day today. And we'll harvest these up and see what we've got up in these containers. So all right, we've got our containers moved out of the alleyway and into the shade of the carport here, which is a much better situation to be harvesting these potatoes in than out in the full sun on this hot day today. But what we've got here today is we've got a container of gold potatoes, we've got some red potatoes, and we've got some blue potatoes in the third container there. Now I'm going to put an iCard above right now to our episode that we shot last season for our harvest of our potatoes last season. Kind of get what I'm talking about how we haven't had very good output from our container potatoes. I'm still very hopeful that this move that we made this year is going to do and make the difference for our potatoes this year. So let's get down in here and harvest up these potatoes. see what we've got. So all right, here we go. What I've got here is our gold variety of potato we're going to dig into first here. Let's see what we've got. So let the soil kind of dry out just a bit much this time. Let's see here. Oh my, oh my. Look at that. Look at that. Well, I think I pretty much got through that whole container there, and wow. I think some of the changes that we made this year sure have worked, at least for this first batch already. I mean, look at the size of that potato. Holy smokes. So far so good. Let's check out our red potatoes. So all right, let's hopefully find out whether or not these red potatoes here are actually as good as our gold potatoes. Let's check it out. Well, look at that. We've got some really nice red potatoes too there. So far our harvest is looking really, really nice this year. Really good. On to the blues. So all right, time for our very last container of potatoes. And if this goes as well as we've gone so far, we're having a really awesome potato harvest. We've got our blue potatoes here. So let's check out, see what we got in here. All right, well, not too bad even on the blue potatoes as well. They are a darker potato, so you gotta really kind of make sure you keep your eye out there in the soil and make sure you're digging them all out. Maybe go through one more time to find out if I got them all. But so far, everything looks pretty good. Let's weigh out these potatoes and see what we got. With our scale all set, let's weigh out these gold potatoes. Looks like we've got 5 pounds and 15 ounces. Now, let's check out and see how much these red potatoes weigh. There, looks like we've got 5 pounds, 9 ounces of red potatoes. All right, let's see how much we've got in our blue potatoes. Now the blue potatoes being the smallest harvest at 4 pounds, 13 ounces. In our back patio area here, we've got one of our above ground raised bed containers. Now, this is a nice deep container, and I thought it would be perfect to grow out some carrots. But these carrots that we're growing probably don't need as much root space. I'm gonna try some bigger carrots next time, but these are just little finger carrots. So let's dig these up and see what kind of carrots we got out of our containers. All right, well, for being some pretty small type carrots anyways, we got ourselves a pretty nice haul of them. All sorts of sizes, and for being small ones, we got some pretty good sized ones too there. Not too bad for growing out of your container on your back porch. All right, in our side alleyway garden here, we have got our cabbages. Some of them are still kind of forming heads here and still growing. So we'll leave some of these here to harvest up a little bit later, maybe next week or so. But these two down on the end here, we're gonna go ahead and pull those out. Get those into the kitchen. Look at those cabbages. Aren't those really, really amazing? We got some really nice cabbage heads grown right out of our side alleyway garden. We've got a few more heads over there, which we'll harvest, like I said, in a couple of more weeks. Hopefully they turn out as good as these did. And how about our container potatoes? These container potatoes are just really amazing this year. I mean, look at this. Look at that gold potato. That is just outstanding. For the last couple of seasons, I don't think we got anywhere near 2 to 3 pounds of potatoes altogether. And then with our 3 different varieties this season, we got well over 15 pounds of potatoes. That's just phenomenal. So I think all the changes that we made for our container potatoes this year really did the job for us. So I'm really excited about growing some more container potatoes in seasons to come. Also, we got a really good carrot harvest too. For some small sized carrots, we were able to get plenty of them out of our above ground raised bed container in our back patio area. So this is some really, really great urban gardening going on here. I've got a really great food harvest here to really enjoy over the next couple of weeks. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please give it a big, big thumbs up. Hit the like button there. Also, hit that subscribe button down below. And right next to it is a bell notification. Hit that bell notification to be notified of upcoming episodes of The Urban Gardener. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything about our harvest today, please hit me up in that comment section down below. And I'll see you all on the very next episode. haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Something like that. We're gonna do something like that. Hit the bell notification to be notified of future episodes as they come out of this year's container potatoes. Oh, I messed that up. So get in and harvest up some carrots. Oh my gosh. Perfect. That's what we're gonna do there. Dig up in there. No. So all right, we have harvested up our. Try again. To put an iCard above right. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to start all over again. So all right, we've got one more harvest to do here. And I'm singing it out. What am I singing it for? I'm singing. All right, in our backside way alleyway, we've got an airplane flying overhead now. Plus some good wind too. Boy, we got this wind starting to pick up. It'll blow through. Hello, I'd love to hear from you, and please. I messed that up. I messed that up. We went through them all. Hey. All right. One more time.